Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's Gigi. We're back in the kitchen today, getting ready to cook us up some steak fajita sliders. That's right. I've got some shaved 100% beef. I've got some shaved ribeye. Y'all know ribeye has the best flavor when it comes to steak. And we want these sliders to have some great flavor and great taste to them, okay? And then I've already, for the sake of time, I've already chopped up my peppers and my onions. I'm gonna go ahead and crank my stove up, let my cast iron be heating up. I've got some olive oil and some butter in there that we're gonna saute our onions and our peppers in and cook our ribeyes up, and I've got plenty of seasoning that's going to be going on them, and I'll take you through that step by step, okay? So we're going to let this heat up, and we're going to go ahead and cook up our meat, season it, okay? And then in that same pan, I'll remove the meat. In that same pan, we'll saute up our peppers and onions, and we'll put it all back in the iron skillet together and heat it through. And then once we get everything done here at the stove, I'll move us over there so we can assemble our sliders, get ready to pop them in the oven and add some cheese and some butter and garlic and all the things that makes a delicious slider, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and put our ribeye shaved. It's shaved very, very thin, okay? And if I feel like once it cooks up, if I need to chop it up a little bit, even a little bit smaller or thinner, I will, okay? But I've got it shaved pretty thin. I think y'all can see me okay. It's very thin. It won't take long at all for it to cook up. Okay, so let's go ahead and season our meat. Like I said, we've got olive oil and butter in the pan, but of course, we move this out of the way. But of course, we're gonna add some more seasoning. I've got some Montreal steak seasoning. Y'all know I love that when it comes to steak. So we're gonna put some of that in there. We are going to add a little salt and a little pepper. Season to your taste, okay? All right, I've got a little coconut amino, just a great sauce with great flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of, it's just better, lower sodium and just got a good flavor. You can use soy sauce if you would rather, okay? I've got some garlic powder. I've got some onion powder. And then I'm going to let this cook up just a little bit more, and then I'll be adding in some, I've got some of this minced garlic paste that I'm also going to add in with it, okay? I'll turn my eye up just a little bit. Smelling good. While that's cooking up, I'm going to grab me a plate. How are you guys doing today? I've been wanting to make these sliders, and I was going to do them yesterday for the Georgia game, but we ended up keeping 3 of our grandbabies and took them out and had some fun with them, and ended up taking them to Mellow Mushroom and to the park, let them chase the ducks around and play on the playground, and just enjoyed spending the day with them. So I didn't get around to fixing these, but I said, of course you won't be seeing this video today, but when I upload it, today is actually Sunday. We just came in from our morning church service, and I said this would be a quick and easy Sunday fix. Had a great church service, and Pastor Marty talked about, you know, serving God and finding God's strength even in adversity. So just encouraged us whenever we're going through something, because if we aren't going through it today, we may be going through it tomorrow or down the road. The message could encourage us during the battle to find our strength in the Lord, even in the midst of adversity. So I thought that was really good and encouraging this morning. So I came home and I said, you know, I've got all the stuff that I was going to do for our sliders yesterday. I think that's what I'm going to do Sunday. This is almost done. I think I'm going to try my little meat chopper. Love this handy dandy thing. I mean, you know, it's not a kitchen tool that you use a lot, but when you need it, it's handy. Okay. All right, I'm on. Now, this is not completely, there's still a little bit of pink. It's not completely done, but I'm going to saute up my onions and my peppers, and then when I put this back in there with it, it'll finish cooking in with the onions and the peppers. Because I'll combine it all. Just wanted to use those flavors on our, in with our peppers and onions too. Okay. Now let's put those onions and peppers right into the same. Oh, you can immediately smell those. Okay. I think I will just add a little, another pat of butter. Hello, I'm right in your face. Okay. Smells so good. Okay, into this I'm going to add that garlic paste. Okay, this is minced garlic paste. But first I'm going to open it. And put just a little squirt of that in there for extra flavor. Guys, that's smelling good. Peppers and onions and garlic together. Oh, Make your kitchen smell just like you are cooking up something, a gourmet meal. I always say it's just so bizarre to me that I don't like raw onions, but I love the smell of cooked onions and the taste of cooked onions. They just take on a totally different flavor to me. Okay, let them saute up just a minute, and I'll add that ribeye steak back in there with them. What are you guys fixing today for your meal? These are going to be so good. I have grated up some Monterey Jack cheese to go on top of these, and I'll pop them in that oven. Everything will pretty much be done for the inside of the sliders. I'll do some butter and garlic on the sliders and pop them in there in the oven to toast them up. Melt that cheese, and we're gonna have some delicious sliders for our Sunday meal. Okay, the onions are starting to get a little translucent in color. It won't take these vegetables no time to soften up, so I'm going to go ahead and add my steak back in. Finish cooking it all the way through. Oh yes, guys. And let me show y'all while that's, I want to show y'all. Let me get that all mixed in there really good. I'm using this Heritage brand of 100% ribeye steak shaved. I get this in the meat department at Publix. So good and so flavorful. Just add whatever flavors that you like when you're having steak, fajitas. Some garlic, some onions, some steak seasoning. You know, you could do this with chicken too, chicken fajitas. If you don't like steak or can't have red meat or just trying to cut back on your red meat, do this with chicken. It would be great with barbecue sliders. Okay guys, I'm gonna turn that down on low. Let that simmer up just a little bit while I move us over there and get us ready to assemble our sliders. And I'll get us set up over there, and then I'll come right back, okay? Okay, I've got us moved back over here, and I set aside 2 of my sliders because I wanted to show you exactly what I did. I've got some melted butter and garlic here, and I'm just brushing the insides. I'm going to move another tray over here in just a second. I just wanted to show y'all on a couple of these that wouldn't fit on my pan. Instead of heating up my oven just for these few sliders, since it's just me and my husband, I'm doing it in my toaster oven. So I just buttered these with some butter and melted butter and garlic, and I'm gonna pop those in, but I'm gonna show you the ones I already have. Okay, and we will, let me grab another pot holder, because that is hot. I just took it out of the toaster oven. They're just lightly toasted, okay? They're just lightly toasted because they're gonna be going back into the toaster oven. We'll go ahead and start those. Okay, while we assemble these, and I think, yes, I'm gonna, well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show y'all this after it's already done, and that looked good. So we're going to load up our sliders with our steak, and I'll tell you something's gonna be easier. Hang on just 1 second. Just overlook me, okay? I changed my mind. Think I might can dish this up a little bit better if I put them in. Well, I don't know if that's going to work any better, guys. Hang on. We're going to figure this out. Okay. I'm going back to what I initially had them on. My dilemma was I can put all of them in a larger casserole dish, but I'd need to preheat my oven and stick them in there. My big casserole dishes will not fit in my small toaster oven, okay? So this pan is gonna work fine. I've just decided to leave them on the actual pan that came with my toaster oven. So we're gonna make it work and we're gonna roll with it, okay? So I have loaded up our sliders. Now, of course, I've got the two that are still toasting up, but while we're waiting on those, I'm gonna go ahead. I told y'all that I grated some Monterey Jack cheese, so we're gonna go ahead and load our sliders up with cheese. Plenty of cheese. Let me pull these back. There we go. And I think that's gonna work out just fine. I've got these toasted, these buns toasted, so all we'll have to do is to heat them up long enough for the cheese to melt through, and we'll get those other two out and load them up with some goodies too. See how that goodie falling out? That's okay. That's okay. That's good stuff. And that's them. I hear you talking. I hear you talking. Okay. See, that's going to work perfect. I guess I was just overthinking. You know, sometimes I am an overthinker, and this is one of those times. Just stick with the plan. It usually works out best. Okay, so let's load these up with our steak mixture. That's my top. That's my bottom. That's my bottom. Okay. Let me pull you back over here. Oh, they smell delicious. If I sound a little bit nasally since I stopped the video, moved this over here, I think the black pepper got up my sinuses and gave me a little sneezing fit, so I had to get past that. Okay, all right, let's top these with our cheese. Well, that worked out perfect. Grated up just enough cheese. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm making a mess, and that's quite all right. I don't remember anybody ever saying that hamburgers or sliders or steak sliders are meant to be neat. These are finger foods, okay? So, let's pop these back in our toaster oven and melt that cheese. Now listen, that's not gonna take but maybe 2 minutes, and I'll clean up my little station here because I got cheese everywhere, and then I'll come back and we'll give them a taste, okay? All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I've taken the sliders out. Y'all, look at those. Oh, I see a piece of stringy cheese hanging. I meant to show y'all earlier and I forgot. These are the sliders that I used. These are Martin's sliders. They're potato rolls, okay? I just love these. They're always soft and fresh. If I didn't use those, I would use the Hawaiian rolls. But I love these. If you can get these at your store, make you some sliders on these. They are delicious, okay? Now, the moment of truth. And you know, I don't have any, but I got to thinking what would really be good on these as well is some A1 steak sauce. Maybe drizzled on the top or on the side as a dipping sauce. That would be delicious and elevate these. But anyhow, let's give them a taste, okay? I think they're cooled down enough. Now, like I said, sliders are finger foods, and finger foods can get messy, so here goes. Delicious. I knew when you use ribeye, shaved ribeye for a steak slider, paired with onions and peppers and mushrooms would be good too. And that Monterey Jack cheese. Oh my goodness. Now I needed to use up my Monterey Jack, so that's why I went ahead and grated it. If I hadn't have had that and I needed to grate up a different cheese, I probably would have used my pepper jack, just for that extra kick of spicy. Like I said, you can make these hot and spicy if you want to. Maybe put some little red pepper flakes or, you know, jalapenos or whatever. Y'all, those are delicious. Those are really good. Y'all need to make you some of these if you're football fans or having a game day and you're making finger foods. This would be perfect. Or having a little get together and you're just serving finger foods or hors d'oeuvres, little snack foods. Perfect. Doesn't take long to make them. And they're delicious. Like I said, you flavor them however you want to flavor them. I think some A1 steak sauce would. Okay. That's it, guys. We're gonna close out this video by saying thank you so much for being here with me and hanging out with me for another recipe. I hope that you'll enjoy it. I hope that you'll make it and try it. But before I close out, let me just say and encourage you this week, find somebody to be a blessing to. Find somebody who stands in need. Show them the love of Jesus. Be his hands and feet and be his mouthpiece. Be a blessing to someone, okay? All right, this is Gigi, and I'll see you again real soon for another recipe. I love you guys. Bye-bye.